Hey guys, it is got the Steamroller Steen with Steamroller Picks. It is the 22nd of October. It's Tuesday, and man, if it's a Tuesday in October, you know that means college football. So let's get to it. We'll talk about it here in just a minute, one of these games for tonight. But before we do it, you guys did a fantastic job yesterday of getting the word out. I really appreciate everybody that shared it, everybody that watched it, all that stuff. So thanks very much. Keep up the great work. Please, 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 if you like what I'm doing, hit that like button. Make sure that you comment. Every time that we have engagement like that, boost my videos just a little bit higher. More people get to view them, et cetera, et cetera. So please do that. I do have my premium best bets available on Patreon. If you're looking for my absolute best plays every single day, you can get those for a buck a day, $30 for an entire month. Check that link. And if you want all of my plays that I make every single day, $100 a month, probably going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 to 5 picks per day. More on the weekends with college basketball, of course, or college football. Once college basketball gets started, we're going to have a ton of plays. So if that's something that speaks to you, make sure you grab those. But as always, thanks very much for watching. We did have a winner yesterday. That's my guarantee to you when I do this channel, my new channel. Every game that I make, we will win by at least 20 points. No, we had the over last night in that Baltimore game. And a little touch and go there in the first half, and they absolutely opened it up there in the second half and made us a winner by 22.5 points, 23 points, depending on where you got that number. So yeah, mighty fine result. We'll see if we can keep that going today as we take a look at this game between UTEP and La Tech. La Tech Bulldogs, 6.5 point favorites. We love getting the hook in our favor, and that's exactly who we're going to play. The better game tonight is likely going to be Sam Houston State versus FIU, but you've got quarterback injury questions for both teams. I kind of waited a little bit here this morning to see if we'd get some news, but we don't really have the news because it's college and we don't know. So you know what? I'm going to keep an eye on that game and who starts and maybe make an in-game play. But let's take a look at this one between the UTEP Miners and the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs. This is a game between one of the worst teams in college football in UTEP and a team that just lost to another one of the worst teams in football last week in New Mexico State, and that's what La Tech did on the road. They lost that game in overtime, but honestly, it really never should have been in overtime since they scored a touchdown with no time remaining, and then it's the extra point for the winner. That is correct. So they had a bad snap. Holder couldn't get the ball down, and it ended up getting blocked. So UTEP picked up their first win last week against FIU, and they did that by being able to run for 211 yards versus a dreadful run defense. Now, the Miners traditionally aren't a great running team this season, and they're going to have a much tougher time against this Bulldogs rush defense that leads Conference USA in rush yards surrender, giving up just over 104 yards per game on the ground. Louisiana Tech, I think their offense is being a little bit underrated because they've made a quarterback switch a couple games back, and it's gone pretty well. They inserted Evan Bullock 3 weeks ago against FIU, and he's led the Bulldogs to their two highest scoring outputs in back-to-back weeks. And last week, the Miners, well, they were able to get by despite quarterback Skylar Locklear having a quarterback rating of just 17.7. That's not QBR where 50 is average. That's college football rating where you see numbers up in the high 100s, even 200s on occasion. But like I said, as I mentioned, they were able to do it by the fact they ran the ball 245 times and averaged better than 4 yards per carry. Not going to happen. Not going to happen this week against Louisiana Tech. As far as the history between these two teams, it has been all Louisiana Tech. They've won 9 of the last 10, including on the road last year, 24-10. UTEP is even when it comes to covering the spread in those 10 games. They're 5-5. However, kind of misleading because 4 of those 5 covers came when the Miners were massive underdogs, better than 14.5 points. We got the better quarterback. Excuse me, guys. We got the better quarterback. We're at home, and we've got the hook in our favor. I got to go with the Bulldogs to bounce back here. I think UTEP is going to have a hard time moving the ball at all. So as a side note, there's a lot of money and a lot of bets. It's like 60% of the bets, 90% of the money's coming in on the over. I don't hate an undershot here. I don't hate an undershot at all. That number's climbed up at around 50. So keep an eye on that. I don't think UTEP is going to be able to do much to contribute, but I think the sure bet is taking the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs to cover. So do that. Let me take Louisiana Tech minus 6.5. And at the end of that one, you guys can join me as we pick up our winning tickets and head back to the window. All right, guys. As always, please, please, please drop a comment. Please engage with the video. Spread the word far and wide. Follow me on Twitter. I'll be always dropping there and dropping the video there as well at Steamroller. That's me. You guys, thanks very much for everything. Thanks for following me over here. And let's go out there and have a day and beat the books. What do you say? But win, lose, or draw, we'll be back tomorrow to talk all about it. Take care. We'll see you then.